Hello everybody, we're back at it again with another video. My name is Trent.
Sully.
And today we're going to rank Call of Duty Cold War weapons. Every single one of them, alright? So it's not gonna miss any single one of them, right? Every single gun, we got it on the list here. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm in, coach.
Alright, so here we go. Every single gun, again, not discriminating, every single weapon. We did have to add in a few in because some of them were a little... Well, they weren't on the list, to say. I don't know why there's no full weapon, I guess, tier list. But if you guys can't see or don't know which guns these are, first one is the Lapa, Hammer and Sickle. Oops, sorry about the mic. UGR, the Scythe, and the Vargo. Those guns were not on the list, so we had to add them. We had to take them Google pictures and images. So sorry if some of them don't look the best, but you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. So first off, let's go. We got S, A, B, C, D, and F tier. And ranking the weapons on how powerful they are, not like you know how annoying they are or ammo or anything. We're just ranking them on pure power because that's basically what will determine if you win or lose. So, starting off with the M1911. Now this gun's pretty powerful, I gotta admit.
It's strong, but...
It's pretty strong. It's probably...
But it's not, like, the most overpowered gun in the game.
No, for sure. I mean, I think giving this to VIP on VP Escort, this thing can really kill. Like, I mean, I remember, like, you know, there's so many games that me and you played where we're VIP and, like, you know, we can just go off with this pistol. I mean, this thing really can... This thing can clean house, you know, especially with dual belt, you can also do a bit of, you know, boom boom booms, you know, everywhere. So, I'd say it's pretty good. I'd put it probably A or B tier.
A tier.
A tier?
Definitely a strong one. It's the same TTK as the 47, LC10,
It's in your head now, isn't it?
Vargo, and the Farah. Definitely one of the... And the 47, I think. Definitely one of the stronger guns in the game, but it's not that, like... It's not, like, the best gun in the games.
Sure.
So, definitely upper tier.
Alright, next up, the Ironhide. So...
Oh my gosh! This gun makes you want to, like, throw my controller across the room. This gun makes... It's either you get a good long shot or it gives you a stupid hit marker out of nowhere.
Yeah, sometimes, like, you can get, like, you can like, map people, and sometimes you're right next to them and you do, like, no damage. It's like, what the heck is the point?
It's like this gun makes no freaking sense.
Yeah, same with another gun, but we'll talk about that later. Calm down. Not time to get angry yet. It's not destroy this computer. Alright. So where would you rank this though? Because you know most of the time it's pretty good, but sometimes you do get those stupid markers. I'd probably put it in B tier, honestly.
I definitely B tier, solid B.
Good. All right, right now. All right, next up the AK-47. Now I remember this gun. Well, it used to be kind of a powerhouse until we got really more in towards like the more seasons. Honestly, this gun kind of fell under the radar, in my opinion. Anyways, I know it was banned from competitive play. Same with the.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's not that
strong.
Yeah, there's so many better weapons than it, but sure, banned it from competitive. But I've used it quite a bit still. I mean, I've used every weapon actually, well, mainly because of zombies, but I've used this quite a bit, and I put it probably in B tier. That's just me though. Where would you rank this? I know you use this a lot more than I do. I'm more experienced with.
I say it's still hands down one of the best rifles in the game.
Really,
the TTK at mid range. If you if you had like an SMG at mid range and you're battling this guy at mid range, you're gonna lose. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you have one of the. Actually, I don't know about the Tech 9. Well, like I said, mid-range. Mid-range. You will still be able to outclass a lot of guns with mid-range with the 47. It's still one of the stronger guns in the game. Definitely. It's definitely a stronger assault rifle. I definitely would like it over the other guns.
All right, now let's talk about its stronger little brother, in my opinion, the AK-74. Now, this gun. When this game was first out, dude, this thing was broken as, you know, me and Sully hated seeing this thing. This thing was so annoying to see in public.
It was really strong. It was just really like strong. A rifle in an SMG's body. Rifle class, I say bullet velocity. Mm-hmm. The default, at least back then, it was like 500 meters per second. But if you put a barrel on it, you can make it up to 90 or 1,000. That's basically like almost a assault rifle range with an SMG. It is really strong. Yeah. But they nerfed it. It still is one of the stronger guns in the game, but you can't map people with this gun anymore.
Yeah. I still use it personally. I think it's a good gun, but you know, it's just me. Next up with AMPs, and man, these things are my gun. Instant A tier, instant A tier, S tier in my opinion. I put an S tier. These things seriously are the best thing I've ever used. Like seriously, dual AMPs with a fast mag and attachments. Bro, I melt people with these things. I put an S tier. That's just me though. Because
the only thing I dislike about it is the TTK. Like, if I had to compare this, it has the same, like...
You can TTK pretty fast. I mean, hey, man.
360 milliseconds,
This can help me get the nuke.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, the same...
Gotta consider you, yeah, of course. How you feel about it?
The
'Cause, yeah.
like it's strong, but I wouldn't say it's like this is like the singular version just by itself.
Oh,
It's
by
like,
itself. Okay, well,
1911 by
I
itself
guess,
is
yeah.
a reliable secondary.
I guess, yeah, because if you have dual, these things will melt people. But I never used it by itself. I ranked up like every single gun in zombies because I didn't want to do multiplayer. I just don't like that. But anyways, moving on. Next up we have the AUG. Now this thing in
A tier.
A tier, yes. This thing would be S tier if this was preseason. This thing was broken in preseason.
One of the
This thing
strongest
was
guns in the game at one point.
It was unexpected. I never expected the AUG to be a very OP thing. And they changed it in Cold War where it's a attack rifle and it's a burst instead of fully auto, which I don't know if that was the right move, but it's not bad. But yeah, if this was preseason, the thing would definitely be S tier. But it's been nerfed, and I don't really see anyone using this.
It's
use
still a
it.
strong gun.
I know you use it sometimes, but other people I never really see them using it whatsoever.
I say it can outclass like a majority of SMGs and assault rifles at like some ranges.
It
But
could.
still, I say an upper tier gun. In my opinion.
It's definitely upper tier in my opinion. Okay, next up, the ballistic knife. Now, this thing can work if you have good aim. I probably put it in B tier just because it's an insta kill, but you have to have good aim with it. Because if you don't have good aim, you're not really gonna hit your shots. And like I guess the stab is pretty good too. I guess. Pretty good weapon. You just have to make sure you have good aim and know how it works. And if you have good aim and everything, really, you can rack up a pretty good amount of kills. But the reason why it's not higher is because the reload, you have one bullet, and if you miss that one bullet, you're pretty much almost guaranteed death, as long as they have a decent, okay-ish aim. You might survive if they have bad aim, but if like many players in Cold War that are still playing, almost all of them have pretty decent aim, so yeah. Alright, next up we have the baseball bat. We're now, melee weapons, I'm going to rank them how fast you can swing them and how much range they have, because obviously if this was, based on like how fast and how good they are, obviously these would all be in F tier, so the baseball bat, it swings pretty fast. You can hit it from pretty decent range. I put it probably in B tier.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's a pretty solid melee weapon, but I wouldn't say it's like all around like upper tier. It's definitely a solid weapon, solid melee weapon specifically.
Sure, yeah. All right, the axe. I put the axe in C or D. It swings pretty slow, and like the range is like the same as the baseball bats. It's nothing special. I don't really like this thing, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. Have you ever used the axe?
I don't think so. Not on the top of my head. Out of all the melee weapons, I don't think. Oh, I forgot. I'd say what's it? Upper tier, solid, but has problems. But mid tier, it's just this is like the average.
The average, yeah.
Okay.
I guess. Well, I mean, you can see by
Bad,
the numbers,
and then
but
we
you
have the
can
worst,
see-
of course.
They can see by the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain it.
I'll let
Alright.
them decide it.
Okay. Next up, Bullfrog.
C tier.
Bullfrog. Yeah. Really?
It's listen to me. Okay, I say this it's an average SMG. Like okay, the magazine is up there, but the time to kill compared to this gun, MP5, Tech 9, this thing will not compete. Like if I had to, let's say if I go to a lobby right now, if I say like we shoot at the same time, of course if I had the U and you had the Bullfrog,
I know,
let's say
but
we both do shoot.
I put it in B because I love this thing. You have to at least consider my thoughts as well. I consider your thoughts with the MP. I think you should consider mine with the Bullfrog. These put in B tier. I mean, we put the AK-47S. I don't think the AK-47 is even worth S, but that's on you. So, I compromise. So, how about you compromise for me and put it at B tier?
The range on this is impressive for an SMG. That's
Yeah,
what I
put
do
it
like.
in B tier. I think it really is better. It's a lot better than the ones we have. I put it in B. That's me. Honestly, I would put it in B.
Since the damage is on it, the magazine's great. The TTK is just slow.
I understand it's slow, but that's why the bullets are there to help you. You won't run out of ammo. That's what I think. Honestly, is the best part. You don't need extended mag. You don't need to waste it on an extended mag.
85 round speed fast mag.
You don't need that.
You don't
That's like
need, you don't need
3,000.
that unless you're playing as zombies. Then other than that, I don't see no other point of having an 85 round mag.
Exactly. Yeah.
If this gun had a faster fire rate, I'm pretty sure this would be one of the upper tier like SMGs in the game, but it doesn't.
For sure. Yeah, let's move on. All right, cut this out real quick, but we need to move through this a little bit quicker so it's not like a half an hour long. So let's go ahead and move these a little bit quicker. All right.
Okay.
All right, cut back now. All right, C58. I like the gun a lot, but I know it's not that good. I have to admit, even though I love this thing and I use it a lot, I have to admit it is definitely a mid-tier assault rifle compared to all assault rifles.
It's average.
It's very average, yes.
Nothing impressive.
Nothing impressive. So, nothing more to say about that. I love the gun, but gotta admit it's not bad, or it's not good. All right, moving on. Next up, we have the cane. I put it B tier, same as the baseball bat.
It's the same as the baseball bat.
Works
It's literally
the same.
literally works the same.
Nothing more to say about there. Carve. I like the Carve. I think it's a good gun. I really do. I know it can never one burst. Is that what you?
It cannot one burst. The only time it
burst?
can one burst, you have to aim for the head.
Okay.
All
So,
3 of your
a
bullets.
very bad potential, yeah, one burst could really get you there. But I still think it's a good gun regardless. I put it C or B tier at most. But
I think
I put it high C. I think it's a good high C weapon. I like the gun a lot, but I understand the unappeal of not being able to one burst, even though I don't like one burst weapons. I think that's could be a bit bad, but you know, it's the way it is. Let's move on. All right, Sigma.
Sigma, C tier. It's the only rocket launcher that can lock on the vehicles.
Yeah, that's its main purpose. It has no other purpose but to lock on to, you know, you're not going to see anyone really get a kill with this thing, you know. It does its job decently, I guess. And, you know, and with all this stuff, like, you don't really need, like, even a Sigma to take down the UAV. You can just shoot it with your gun, honestly. The guns are pretty decent against score streaks, unless there's a high tier score streak, obviously. But with air patrol in the game, I mean, you really don't really need a rocket launcher that much, if you really think about it. Yeah. All right, next the knife. Now, if this was preseason, this thing would be up higher because the range in this thing back in the day was crazy. I mean, I think even one of our friends got gold with it, which I'm surprised he did. I didn't expect that, but nowadays it's settled out. It's B tier. It sometimes has issues
It's
still.
not that strong. Careful with the
Not
water.
strong. Oh, yeah. I'll cut that out. I'm careful the water. Don't worry. Okay, come back. Now, Diamati's.
It's not that strong.
Yeah, I put it C tier. It
C
really,
tier.
it's not strong, guys. I mean, sorry to the Diamati fan club, but that's just me. It's not there. The damage is not there. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, come back now. What do you think, though? I know you use them sometimes.
It's only good when you it takes without any any type of damage barrel. It takes exactly five bullets to take out somebody while dual wielding it. So if you don't get them with the first burst, you're kind of screwed. But it gives you a lot of ammo. That's the plus.
Okay. It's not bad, yeah. I
Not
do
bad,
think it's
but
it
it's an
definitely
okay
it was
weapon.
better back, you know, like season 1 preseason, but nowadays all the other guns, I mean, there's really no point in this thing.
This gun would go over here if it can one burst somebody.
Oh yeah.
Like the B-23R, the RK5, or the M93 Rafika. Those can one burst. But if this gun can't one burst,
What's the point? Plus,
what's the
the
point?
range is terrible too.
the range is terrible. I hate when you shoot the iron sights get away. That's the only
Don't.
annoying part.
Say that again. No F words. Say it again.
Okay.
Say it again. The iron starts getting your way. Just don't swear. Ready? Good. Say it again right now. Boom. Say it.
The only thing I hate about this gun is the iron sights get in your way.
Oh, I mean, you mean another thing. But yeah, I get your point. Okay. Next up, DMR. I like the DMR. I think
A.
it's good.
Automatic A.
It's good.
This has one of the fastest TTKs if you put one of the barrels, the titanium or the strike team barrel. So, how do I explain it? It's definitely one of the faster upper tier guns in the game, in my opinion. The TTK is so fast. If you have a trigger finger, bro, you're gonna delete somebody. You're gonna kill them faster before they even react. 2 headshots or 1 headshot, depends on the barrel. You're gonna own the lobby.
Pretty
I'm
good,
telling
yeah.
you, definitely one of the upper tier guns in the game.
Definitely one of
in
my
my
favorites.
opinion.
I love the Diamati or sorry, the DMR. It's a great gun. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty good. Next up, the E-tool. And this is good for rushing. A lot of people use it for rushing, I think, but as a melee weapon itself, they don't really use the melee weapon. So I put it for B just because it's a rush tool, but
It's a really good rush tool.
yeah, that's
people
really the
use
only
it.
thing. The only thing I see it being good for is the rush tool. I know no one runs around with this thing seriously. I mean, it's time to kill us fast, but the range is gonna definitely get there. I think when this thing was first introduced, wasn't it a 2-hit kill? I think, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I
a
swear to God, it
2-hit
was a
kill.
2-hit kill
No,
when
that's
it
a
was first
size.
introduced. No, the size was always a 2, but I swear to God, the E-tool was also 2
I think it
hits.
was. I think they like buffed it or something.
I think, yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Resource Squad, let us know. Or, sorry, let me cut that out. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Let us know in the comments though if you guys remember this thing 2-shot, you know. But we don't know. Might be crazy. I don't know. Next up, EM2. Now this thing when it launched it was
strong.
It was really strong. It would be like A or S tier, but now I think it's more of a B tier gun or C tier.
It's average
Average?
because you get caught close range with this gun, you're dead. Like
Yeah.
even though it has the same TTK as the XM4, it still wouldn't like compete with like
Rate of fire is not there, that's why.
the fire rate sucks. But the damage and the headshot multipliers, I like the built-in iron sights. That's so you can save like an optic on it. But other than that, I don't see no other purpose of this gun.
Yeah, it really is just an average
It's an okay gun.
weapon.
I wish it could have been better.
Next up at the Farah.
B tier. Solid weapon, but it has problems. Slow reload time, recoil control is terrible, even if you put the best ones. Iron sights, they're okay.
Okay.
Fire rate's good. Effective range is like the best in out of all the default assault rifles. TTK's nice. Other than that, it's a solid weapon, but it has its own problems. You
Yeah.
burn through ammo quickly.
I gotta
and
agree
the,
with you.
And the handling speed, it's slightly slower than all the majority of the assault rifles.
I guess yeah, I agree with you. I can agree with you on most of those points. I do think the Pharaoh's it's definitely a mid-tier gun. I do or it's a little bit upper mid-tier. I do think it's a pretty decent gun, but I do understand your points on that. Putting it on B tier. Next up is the FFAR. Now, if this was preseason, this gun would be F, but it's
But
still not that good. I mean, I like the gun.
They
but
slightly buffed it.
Yeah.
The TTK is a little faster now, just as fast as I think the Mac 10 in its effective range.
Yeah, but it's like, why would you use the FFAR when you could just use something else at longer range? Because this thing is a assault rifle, but it really can only hit mid-range. I don't think you can even hit long range like you can with other assault rifles. So if that's going to D tier, it doesn't do its job. It doesn't do its job as good. I'll just say that much. Anything else to say? Anything good? Okay, good. I think that's it. Let's move on. Next up,
Gallo.
the Gallo. I really don't like this thing. I think it has issues. I put it in B tier. That's just me though, but you can put it in A if you like. I
It's
just
really
don't think
spammy, but it's the only I guess it can one shot. So I'm gonna put it in A.
Okay. I just like this thing because I think about all the shotguns I've ever used in this game, and just this one I've always had issues with for some reason. Sometimes, like if you get even like a mid-range, it's gonna be like 4 bullets, and the enemy could easily kill you at that point. Straight sweeper even at mid-range has better than this Gallo thing. I'd rather have that than this, but that's just my opinion.
Pretty solid shotgun.
It's pretty solid, but just in my opinion, I would put it like B or C. But that's just me. I don't have much luck with this thing like you do.
That is all the graph. A tier, automatic A tier. TTK is great. The iron sights are fantastic. Attachments are nice too. Fast ADS speed, even with the airborne elastic handle, not
Yeah.
the wrap.
The gun is pretty good. I'd say it's
Definitely
definitely A
upper
tier,
tier.
but I don't use it as much as you do, or I just don't. I just need to get more used to it. But that's just me. In my opinion, though, it's definitely A tier. It's definitely pretty good. So I give it A tier.
The bullet velocity makes up with the TTK. You just whoa, that's fast, because the bullet velocity, it just gets there so quickly.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. Good one. All right, next up the Groza. Yeah, the Groza.
S tier. Okay, hear me out before y'all flip the hell out on me. This gun has a good TTK, same as the Bullfrog, the Grav, and
I think it's pretty good. I wouldn't go S tier, but I can understand why you would put it there. I think
it has one of the fastest handling speeds in the game.
I just like this gun because, in my opinion, it fits more of an SMG than a assault rifle. That's just my opinion, though. But
you can treat it like those barrels.
Because it reminds me of the Chicom from Black Ops 2. That's literally what it looks like, and I think it was actually based off of the Chicom. I mean, you could just compare the side by side. You can kind of tell these things were basically that's where it came from. But I do think it's good. Well, it's not. Well, obviously yes, but you can kind of see the idea of where it came from. It's not worst. Obviously, it's really good, but I wouldn't put it S tier. But I guess we have to put some guns S tier. But we'll switch things around at the end of the tier. Let's see if we maybe can fix things. I'm gonna
Hold on. There's attachments on it where you can you can have one of the fastest sprint to fire times in the game. You can really play aggressive. There's movement barrels. There's the recoil. The only bad thing I hate about this gun is the recoil. Other than that, one of the best guns in the game in my opinion.
Let's go. Let's just do it a little bit quicker, like we said. All right.
Okay.
Next up, the Howler. This thing is pretty
Solid
good,
B.
but it's a solid B tier. I think it has the same problems as the Ironhide, where sometimes you're shooting really close to someone and it doesn't hit, or it does low damage. Sorry, it does low damage. But other times it's pretty great. I mean, Howler's all around decent shotgun. I think it's really fun to use. I mean, if you guys haven't used it, give it a try. I think you actually find some enjoyment out of it. It definitely started me away from my AMPs because before I found the Howler, I would just use AMPs, and using this thing is actually really nice and fun to use. So yeah, with that. Next up, the Craig. What do you think about the Craig?
A tier, automatic A tier.
A tier? I mean, I guess yeah.
Damage. Let's see. Increased accuracy. Reload time's kind of slow too, but iron sights are terrible. But solid weapon. Definitely one of the competitive rifles in the game. It's slower TTK, but it makes up for the high accuracy in the damage. You only need a couple of headshots to reduce your TTK, but it's still one of the upper tier guns in the game.
Not bad.
Not overpowered though.
Alright, next up, the KSP. I'm not the biggest fan of the KSP. I put it in C tier, honestly. I wouldn't go D. I go C. I think you could definitely still get some work done. I've seen people get work done with this. And
Definitely C.
I have some luck with it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. It's definitely not one of those guns I would like be like so excited to use like the C58, but yeah, see, it's alright.
The effective range, you can you have to be accurate. That's the only problem I hate about this gun. It's just like once you miss all your 3 bullets, you're either dead or you get a second chance.
Yeah, try to look at the camera more, please. Just a little bit. That's all. Just a little bit. Next, LC10. I remember this gun.
S tier.
I remember this. Yeah, this gun would be if this was season 2. This thing would be 100% like top S tier. But since it's not, it's been nerfed. But I remember my brother playing with this gun, and dude, he would just map people from so far. I was like, wow, the LC10 can map people. That's just like wow. The LC10 can map people like that. It's SMG. It's crazy. Definitely an S tier though. I love the gun. It's great. It's amazing.
Definitely one of the upper tier best SMGs in the game.
By far. Next up, the sniper rifles. Now, this is on you because I never.
I don't use snipers, but I'd say Tundra is definitely up there.
So yeah, we have to.
It's not S.
We're gonna have to see what other people.
But it's definitely one of the strongest. What do you call it? Sniper rifles in the game. Definitely stronger.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we're gonna have to do snipers off base of what people do because we don't snipe this game. We're not good. Next up, the M16.
S.
It's
It's strong, reliable, really accurate burst. You can put some really you can max out with some attachments, accuracy attachments. It will still be accurate as hell. It would be ridiculous there. No recoil. Fucking laser beam people out of long range.
Totally.
What?
No F words, remember. Say it again.
This gun laser beams people across the map. It's crazy.
It is. I mean, I don't like it. I hate seeing that gun because I don't know. I can't ever use it, but I could definitely see the S tier appeal with this thing 100% for sure. Next up, the M60. Oh man.
A tier.
Yeah, this thing.
Still, it's annoying to go up against. It's the fastest TTK gun in the game, but it has the slowest movement and
fire rate.
Fire rate.
Yeah, so
TTK is ridiculously fast.
Yeah, it would be S tier if it was higher, but this thing definitely is still annoying. Like VPS score, whenever I see this thing, I'm just like, oh my god, screw these people. Anyways, let's move on. M79 Law. No, F tier? No, it's good.
No. Hear me out. Flakjack is really strong.
I know people combine this with Semtex though.
I know.
I guess we're talking about the gun solo by itself.
By itself, yes.
I guess.
I'm talking about everywhere, not just specifically VIP.
I guess. Yeah, you're right.
This gun, it sucks because Flakjack is really strong. Even with Flakjack, you still won't be able to get the explosive kill.
I guess, yeah, but if you do direct impact them, you will kill them. So I like to give it credit there, but still, yeah, I do think it is really not that good of a gun. F tier is definitely where it belongs. Next up, the M82. Now this thing, it's pretty good. I've seen people get work with it. If this was like before season, I think 3 or 4, I'd definitely be lower. But it's gotten a fire rate upgrade. Heavily. So,
no, I say damage everywhere. It used to be a hit marker machine, but now it's...
Well, no, the fire rate was a lot slower, too. I remember using this thing in zombies when the fire rate was extremely slow.
Oh, yeah, I remember they nerfed that. I don't know why. But I guess for purposes. So I'm definitely going to go with...
They didn't nerf it. They just, made it fat. It was slow at the start. They made it faster. But, yeah. I put it definitely in B tier. I think B tier is respectable.
Definitely a strong gun. Mac
respectable.
10.
Next up, we have the Mac 10.
Yes, sir. This thing...
S tier?
People.
I mean, I wouldn't put it S tier. I'd go A, honestly.
It has one of the fastest TTKs in the game. It competes with, all the other SMGs.
I guess.
6-7 shot kill. It's still a strong gun to go up against. Like, if someone had a Mac 10...
Yeah, but you have to consider the range. I mean, if you're going to go up against...
You can still map people with this gun.
Not like that, though. I mean, I put it in A
the pre-patch.
Okay, pre-patch, yes. But
yes, it's still...
But we're talking about post-patch, though.
Yes, I know that, but this gun's still strong to go up against. It's still one of the best SMGs in the game.
I guess I wouldn't put it at S, but I guess for purposes we'll put S. But again, we're gonna fix the stuff at the end, But remember, you gotta consider, cut this out. But you gotta consider how I'm feeling too about it. You can't just rank it based on your feel. Remember, we're doing this together, okay?
Yes.
Half this list I don't agree with because you didn't consider my feelings, but I don't care, whatever. Okay. Next up, the Mace.
Literally the same thing.
Literally the same thing as Basal Bat, Kane, yeah. So it's going to B tier. No other questions.
Shetty.
That's going to A.
Oh my goodness.
The
lunge.
No.
Dude, the lunge is crazy.
Yeah, the lunge in this thing. The reason why this is A tier is because the lunge is crazy. You can lunge at people, and this thing will actually. It's like the knife from season 1 or pre-season to season 1. You would lunge at people. It's crazy. It's definitely an A tier for a weapon that can kill people at good range, and you're pretty fast with it. Say that it goes in A tier. Next up, we have the
Magnum.
Magnum. I put it in D tier.
It's not that strong.
It's not that strong.
It's really good in gunfight, but other than that,
yes, it's strong.
I don't. In overall, like other game modes, it's not that strong.
Yeah, if this was like season 1, oh man, these things would be like I think S or A tier. But this is post patch. It's no longer season 1. It's 2024, obviously. No, what's that? This thing is D tier. I don't care. Even in zombies, this is like it's like one of the worst guns. You have to hit headshots or it does no damage.
I wish it was I wish the Magnum was kind of like the Python from like Black Ops 1 and 2, where you could like spam it. Because if it's a 2-shot weapon and you can kill like you have a trigger finger, bro, you're gonna delete someone quicker, so quick before they react. But I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have something like this.
Nope. Yep. Next up, Marshals. Now, what?
They nerfed it like 3 times. It's still not that it's okay.
No, it goes in C. It's not D, dude. This thing can still kill and map people, dude. I don't believe that for a damn minute. Come on, you have to
go test it right now.
You have to put it in C tier. It's not. There's no way it's D. Come on, it has to be C. There's no way, dude.
They nerfed it like.
I know, but it's still really good. You can't commit. If you're closer, you're gonna die 100%, bro. You have no chance. It's like a shotgun. It's literally in the wrong category. Put it in C. I put it in C tier, man. I put it in C. So
all right,
C. Thank you.
You said so.
Gotta consider me. Next up, the MG82. Where would you put this thing?
It's an okay LMG, but I wouldn't say it's competes with the other LMGs it puts. So just the recoil, it's just annoying. The magazine is great, for like 100 bullets, and then you can put 150 round on it. You can spray a lot, but the effective range, it's not that good.
Okay.
So average.
All right. Next up, Milano. I like this thing, but I know it's not like, a high tier weapon. So I put it probably in C though. It can still get the job done. I wouldn't put it in D tier. It can still get the job done.
I know, but the TTK is the only thing I'm disliking about it.
I get it, but
the recoil's kind of.
But from my point of view, and other people that we see, they still are able to put work done. So I put it in C tier because it's still mid. It's not bad. It's still a mid tier weapon for sure. It's a C, 100%.
All right.
Next up, the MB5. This is pretty good. Yeah, it's an A tier. I wouldn't put it S tier.
No, definitely not.
But it's still really, really good. Gotta consider MB5. It's great. Just damage, speed, reload time. I mean, it's just great. You can even map people if you get lucky. Next up, the nail gun. Where'd you put this?
Shit.
Because I know you use this
thing. The TTK is almost identical to the M60 when you get the 3-shot kill, but at longer range, it's kind of it turns okay.
Okay. So where would you put it?
Shit. Or excuse me.
No, you can say that. That's fine. Just no. Fuck. Anyways, cut this out. Boom, back. So where would you put this? C or D? I honestly don't know. You can rank this. I put it at D or C. That's all I'm going.
The only thing I dislike about it is you can't put attachments on it.
That's a downside.
15 rounds. It doesn't burn through ammo that quickly, but a magazine would be nice too.
Oh, also it can get totally destroyed by trophy system. Makes it pointless. So I think it might be D. Yeah, because remember, if you shoot a trophy system...
this is, that's actually...
that's a good thing. Never mind.
Because, like, if you're in the middle of the open and you're trying to throw a nade, if there's a trophy system over there, you just pre-fire. It takes, like, exactly 4 projectiles to disrupt it. So.
Well, still, though, it could be a disappointment if, like, you're trying to shoot at someone and it gets...
That's some good upsides about it, so I'm going to go with C. I didn't think too hard about it.
Okay, next up is the OTS.
It's literally that gun, but with a smaller mag.
Literally like the smaller mag. I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. I try using it sometimes, but really, it's not the best gun. I'd probably put it C or D at best.
It's not that good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, but really it's nothing special. Next up, the Pellington. Now this gun, I haven't seen the Pellington in literally ages. I don't think anyone uses it because you have the Swiss, the Tundra, and the ZRG. There's literally no point using the Pellington. I put it in D tier, honestly, because it can still get work done, but I don't see anyone using this thing ever. I literally don't think I've seen it in, like, I think it's the most underrated gun in this whole game.
The Tundra is just better.
Exactly. Next up, the PPS-H.
D.
This gun, yeah. I mean, I like the gun. I got diamond with it, but if I gotta be honest with myself, it's nothing special.
It's not that strong. The TTK is extremely slow for an SMG. Like, if this was an assault rifle, it would get a pass. But since it's an SMG, and compared to all the other SMGs in the game, this is the slowest. And the recoils, it sucks. You might have the biggest, you can have the option to the second biggest magazine in the game, but it's still bad. Even if you put the task force, but you can change your TTK to a 5-shot kill. It still would be terrible.
Great. Next up, the QBZ. Now,
Average.
Yeah, QBZ average. I like using the gun. I think it's definitely something you should try using every once in a while to stray away from the XM4 and everything like that. Stray away from using them, try using them different. But as a whole, yeah, the QBZ is just average. It's nothing super special. It's just a decent gun all around. Next up, the crossbow. Now this thing,
oh my gosh,
it's very annoying in VPS score. Very annoying in VPS score, but it's basically the same as the
It's a
Listen
crossbow, so it's a solid weapon, but it has its own problems. I love to give it A, but you can only put a reflex on it.
Yeah, it's the same as a ballistic knife, just you can be a little more accurate. So I put it. It's definitely above the ballistic knife, but it's still it's still the same tier as Power. Next up, the RPD.
Solid weapon. I like the TTK on it. Recoil manageable, but it's definitely a B tier. It's definitely one of the stronger
Yeah, it takes it takes a little more time to use this thing than it would for any other weapon. I think it's definitely much better than trying to use the MG82. I'll say that much. Next up, we have the RPG. Just like the Sigma.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's really good for reticles, but I don't see anyone taking out infantry with this thing.
Yeah.
It's a bigger blast radius. That's a plus, but other than that, since Flak Jacket is super commonly used, nobody uses the RPG. It's a good choice against vehicles, for anti-score streaks or whatever. But overall, it's bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that the size?
Yeah. Next up, the size. So these things are a 2-knife kill. Which is not good for a melee weapon. I don't like how it's 2-knife. And you run faster with the E-tool, so why would you use the size? I don't think there's really a point to use them.
There really is no point.
They're cool, but they're
cool
really
idea.
Yeah. Next up, Sledgehammer. This thing is straight F. It's
F. Auto F.
It's okay. Listen, the Sledgehammer literally is the slowest thing ever. The range is terrible for a Sledgehammer. Honestly, it's so slow. What is the point of this thing? You can there's any other melee weapon's better, even the size, because at least you can stab fast with those. This thing is slow as hell. Miss, you're dead. Straight up into that conversation. Moving on. Stoner. Let's see. So the Stoner, it's pretty good. I'd probably put it in A or B tier. I wouldn't put it in S tier though.
Oh yeah, it used to be strong.
It used to be strong. It used to be S tier, but I think A is respectable for it. It's pretty good. It's really underrated though. I don't see really people using this gun anymore, especially since the M60's become the new trend. What do you think?
It's still the TTK is really fast, and compared to other guns in the game, it's definitely up there with the fastest TTKs in the game.
Okay, it's not a bad gun though. I do think it's pretty good.
It's pretty solid upper tier gun. I give it props to it.
Next up, the Street Sweeper. Let's see. Where would you put this?
Pre-patch, it was disgusting.
Oh, pre-patch, yeah. Pre-patch is S tier, but now it's I think it's a B tier honestly, because you still really can't get you have to get really close. Yeah, you have to get really close to them honestly to be super effective. Because even if you're at medium range, it still won't do much. So
the reload time is the longest.
The reload time is pretty long, so I probably put it in B tier.
Swiss.
Next up is the Swiss. Let's see.
I don't think this gun's that good. The sniper rifle's that good. You get stupid hit markers.
Yes, it's hit marker machine.
So D.
But it does have a fast fire. But yeah, I guess we'll put it in D tier.
Tech 9.
Oh my.
Bruh.
Instant S tier. We don't need to talk about this. It's broken. We all know it. If you think it's not broken, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. Next up is the Type 63.
No.
Same as DMR, honestly. Really? I'd say it's the same as the DMR, honestly. That's just me.
The DMR?
Yeah, I'd say it's the
300 millisecond default fast TTK. This has a 334 millisecond.
I guess. I mean, I just put it in there.
It's more accurate, but
I put it in A, honestly, just because that's the gun I got. That's the gun I got a nuke with. I mean, I can't really. I guess I'm pretty biased, but still, it really is the same as the DMR in my opinion. Just slower fire, honestly.
Slower fire.
More ammo. I mean, hey, I put it in A tier if I were you. I give it. They're pretty much identical. It really just decides on which gun which one feels better. So I put it in A tier.
You know what?
I put it A tier.
With the barrels, you can change it to TTK. You know what? I'll put A.
A tier, cool.
Wakizashi.
Come on. Next up is the Wakizashi. Pretty much the same as most melee weapons. B tier. Pretty good range, pretty good speed,
Solid weapon.
Decent speed. Solid weapon all around. Next up, the XM4.
Solid weapon, B tier.
Yeah, I'd say it's a solid gun. I have nothing really. It's basically, you know, your standard, you know, typical, a little bit better than the mid gun, but also not the best gun. So I think B is respectable for it. Next up is the ZRG. It's one shot kill anywhere, which is good, but the mobility, the fire time, the fire rate, it's slow.
The barrel's great.
So I'd say for those downsides, it's C or B tier for sure. I'd say that the downsides overly make it much more worse than it is good. I put in C tier actually, now that I think about it. So okay, next now the weapons that obviously were on the list weren't on the list. We had to add these, so
Lappa.
Talk about them. Lappa.
That F.
I mean, I guess yeah, you could put it in F tier. The Lappa really isn't
it's
good.
Not that strong.
I like the Lappa. I use it, but I understand why you would put it in F tier. It's really bad. Nothing's really good about this gun all around. It's just terrible. I mean, sorry Lappa, I like you, but there's nothing really positive I could say about the gun. Next up is the hammer. Actually, next up is hammer and sickle. It's pretty average. I'd say just like B. But I put it in B because it literally is the same as, you know, again. Decent movement, decent range, decent mobility, all that stuff. So, movement, mobility, same thing, whatever. Next up, UGR. Holy shit, an F tier. It's just
terrible.
It's terrible.
There's no... Yeah. What's the whole point? There's barely any useful attachments on it.
I don't understand the gun. I don't understand the gun.
It's just one of the worst guns in the game. Scythe?
Bad. Next up, we have the Scythe. I put it in B tier. Same. Mobility is great, range is great, stuff like that. It's just, you know, typical melee weapons. That's the main thing with all these melee weapons. They're all like B tier and stuff like that, because all of them are just, you know, like average swing or average mobility, swing, you know, average range, decent mobility, stuff like that. They're all kind of like the same, except for obviously the outliers, but mainly though, they're gonna be the same. And last but not least, we have the Vargo. It's a great gun. I put an A or S tier.
S tier.
It's an amazing gun. Gotta give credit to Treyarch for actually adding something in very late in the game. So there you go. This is our tier list. I think we've ranked these all pretty fairly. I think we've given some fair points. Let us know in the comments where you guys would rank some of these guns, and, you know, let us know if you agree or disagree with it. Rather than that, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. Trent and Sully, out.